everyone, welcome to Minimal Mindful Mama. I'm Katie Mixon, and today let's talk about everything I'm getting my kids for Christmas. In our family, we like to prioritize making more minimalist choices, being very mindful about our purchases. We live in a small space and we've decluttered a lot in our home, so we don't want to bring new things into our home that are just going to end up being cluttered in a few years. We want to invest in quality items that will last a long time. As a teacher, I love giving my kids more open-ended toys that they can play with for years and years to come, and that can be used a lot of different ways. And so at Christmas, we try to be really intentional about the gifts that we choose for our children. Every year looks a little bit different for us. Some years we do more than others, but I always think it's fun to see other people's ideas and get ideas of my own. The first thing I want to share was a little bit of an early Christmas gift for my daughters, and I want to thank Luisa for partnering with me on this portion of the video. I have been loving Luisa jewelry personally for a while now. They are sustainably and ethically made. They are water resistant and they are quality, durable jewelry items that have lasted me. I could immediately tell the quality difference when I first got my first pair of earrings from Luisa. All my pieces have been such amazing quality and so beautiful, and I've been so happy with them. So one of my daughters has sensitive ears and she's been reacting poorly to other earrings, and so I wanted to give her some earrings that would work well for her, that would be real metal, so she wouldn't be having the bad reaction. I've been seeing a lot of ads for earrings that have charms, so they're little hoops and you can switch out the charms, and I thought that was a fun concept, but as I looked into these companies, I just didn't feel like they really had brand transparency or were companies that I could trust. And so I went and checked Luisa's website because I trust Luisa's quality. And they also have the mini huggy hoops with the different charms that you can pick out so that you can interchange your same pair of earrings and switch out the charms for however you're feeling. And I just think that that's such a fun concept, especially for a younger girl. So for the holiday season, I picked out these little mini huggy hoops as well as these red little heart charms. I thought that they would be so cute for Christmas or even for Valentine's or all year round. And then I also picked out the shell charms because my daughter loves mermaids and anything sea or ocean or related to mermaids at all. They are so cute and they work so well with her sensitive ears, and I'm just so pleased with these. I'm definitely going to be investing in more of the charms for her to have over the years. And I also picked out this heart necklace for myself. It was just so cute, and I have the heart earrings that match it, and so I thought it would be really nice to have the matching necklace as well. I love that Luisa is a brand that I can trust and that I am thrilled to share with you guys because I know the quality and I know that they're sustainably and ethically made, so they're good for the earth and they pay their workers fairly. And so I feel comfortable recommending them as a brand to all of you. They're also having a sale right now. If you're interested in shopping Luisa jewelry, make sure that you use my link down below so that you can get your discount. I'll have that in the description box for you as well as in the comments. So be sure and check out Luisa jewelry if you are shopping for yourself or your daughters or your sister or your mom or anyone else this holiday season. Okay, so the next thing that we give to all of our children for every Christmas is we always do an ornament for each of them that either is related to something they're interested in or something we did that year. So I have ornaments for each of my kids. And then as far as stocking stuffers, I usually like to do something that's kind of practical. So this year we're doing hair accessories, and so I picked out these for my Hello Kitty loving daughter. They're from Kitsch, and I love their products. I've used them in my own hair and they're just really good quality, and I think that they're so cute as well. So I'm really excited for her to have these. And then for my other daughter, I got the Harry Potter scrunchies. She loves using scrunchies, and I thought that these were so cute, and she's really into Harry Potter right now. So I thought that would be perfect as well. And I also got her a pair of Harry Potter socks to go in her stockings too. For my son, he really needs socks as well, so I got him some baby socks, and those can go in his stocking. So I really just like to lean into the more practical little items and maybe get a more special version than we normally would. Like with the hair stuff, my kids need scrunchies anyway, but it's fun to get them at Christmas and have them be a little bit more special than just normal plain ones. If you could go ahead and take a moment and do me a really huge favor, I would so appreciate it. In the comment box down below, please go ahead and drop this emoji. It would help me out so much. And now let's get back to what I'm giving my kids for Christmas. Next, for each of my kids, we got a Bible. I've been wanting them to have their own recently. They've been reading more, and I thought that that would be helpful. And I did somewhat agonize over which one to get them because I'm really particular about translations and what that would look like for them. And so I'm not endorsing this translation necessarily, and my kids don't read Greek or Hebrew, so we're just gonna have to talk about some of the things and what the words mean, and they'll have to learn that more and more for themselves as they get older. But this is the one that I got for my older ones. It's the Explorer Bible for Kids. But what I liked about this is that I felt like it was really user-friendly for a child. So at the beginning of each book, they have a little introduction to the book that gives some context, which I felt like would be really helpful. So, for example, for Genesis, it says, who wrote the text? Moses. Who is the audience? And then it says the Israelites traveling to the promised land. What was happening in the world? So it gives it kind of the year that it took place. It asks where it was written, when was it written, when did the events in the book take place, why was it written, and then it gives a little paragraph about Christ in context, so how this relates to Jesus. And it does that for each one. It also puts it in a category, so it says that this one is a law, and then when you get to Judges, it categorizes it as history, and it has some fun facts and just more context cues. Like, for example, here it's talking about grapevine, and I just liked the details about the context. I feel like that will be really helpful for them as they're just beginning to explore a real Bible. For my youngest daughter, I picked up the God's Big Promises Bible storybook, and I am not usually a fan of kid Bibles, but I thought that this one was nice because I do really like the art in it. I feel like it is really beautiful and somewhat more accurate than some other ones that I've seen. I also liked how it has different pathways. So it talks about God makes a promise to rescue, and then God keeps the promise. So if you follow all the orange stories, it goes with the rescue promise. And then if you follow all of the blue pathways, it talks about God bringing joy and promising that and how he's going to keep that promise. There were a couple word choices that I wasn't a fan of, but overall I felt like it was really beautiful, and we haven't really been reading any Bible stories, so I do think that it'll be helpful for her to have a little bit of that. And I appreciated how it kind of brings the story full circle in that it shows the Garden of Eden at the beginning, and then at the end when it's talking about heaven, it shows the picture, and it looks a lot like the Garden of Eden originally, which I think is just so beautiful to bring that full circle and to show heaven as the fulfillment and the perfect version of the Garden of Eden. And so I think we're gonna do this together, and that even though I'm not usually a fan of Bible storybooks, I think that this is probably one of the better ones, and I'm excited to read some of the stories with her. Another thing I really like to do is to gift each kid a Lego set for Christmas, because then that gives us an activity to do Christmas Day. We can sit and build the Legos together, because sometimes after you open the presents, it can kind of feel like, now what? There's nothing left to do. So that's a really fun activity, I think, for Christmas Day. So we got one for each of our kids that are old enough for it. So I have a daughter who's very much into Frozen, as you'll probably see throughout this video. So here is a little Frozen set, and then we got this one for my other daughter. It's a little hair salon, and then this one is a little cafe. So I thought that they were really cute, and I'm excited for them to do that together. Next, I did get two things that are kind of for everyone. So the first one is this human body encyclopedia. I really liked the pictures throughout this and the explanations, and I think that my kids will have fun looking through it, and it'll be educational, and we'll be able to reference it as they ask me questions, because they have asked me some things before, like about muscles or blood or bones or how things work in their body. And I'm pretty good at explaining it, I feel like, because I do really enjoy learning about anatomy, but I do think that it'll be helpful for them to just be able to see it and look through it on their own, and it'll be something that we can talk about and I can definitely use as a guide. The other thing that we got for all of them is this snow block mold. So this is something that my husband really was wanting, and so last year it snowed a lot where we live, and he wanted to get these for them so that we could use them to build snow forts. So we got this mold, and you pack it with snow, and you can also do sand, I believe. And so that'll be really fun for them to use if it does snow this year again as well. Side note, I haven't decided if this will be a gift or not yet, but I got this puzzle from the thrift store. It's just kind of like a wintry, Christmassy kind of puzzle, and I thought that that would be really fun to do together as a family for the Christmas season, to just have it out. It'll be the first year, I think, that my kids are really old enough to enjoy doing a puzzle, and it's 500 pieces. So challenging enough, but hopefully not too overwhelming for everyone. So I don't know if we'll give that to them on Christmas or if we'll just have it out for the whole Christmas season, but that's something else that I'm looking forward to doing. Next, let's talk about the bigger presents. So for my oldest daughter, we got her kind of two things that are her bigger present. She's very interested in sewing and designing dresses right now. So I wanted to encourage that and also help her learn some skill. So we got her this sewing basket, and it comes with pins and needles and a tape measure and buttons and scissors and all of these different colors of thread and a pin cushion. And I'm collecting some fabric samples for her as well, like small squares that she can experiment with and just have that to do her own little sewing projects and practice and get better at sewing. She had previously asked me for this item, which is my first fashion designer from Lakeshore. And it's similar in that it comes with the fabric squares and then the little dress form, but you kind of just wrap the fabric around the dress form and then clip it in place. So I did get this for her, and I think she'll have a lot of fun using it, but I wanted to give her the sewing basket as well, since that'll actually help her to practice her sewing skills, and she would actually have the dresses be able to be a little bit more permanent. And so I think that both of those will be a really fun combination for her, and that she's going to really enjoy that. For my second daughter, we got this bike. It's the physically largest gift, but her bike that she currently has, we thrifted years ago, and it just keeps falling apart. She cannot get the chain to stay on at all, and she's just very much been in need of a new bike. She loves to ride her bike. And so we got her this new one. It's a slightly bigger size to fit her body better, and I think she's gonna be really excited to receive this gift. For my third daughter, we got a new Elsa costume. She wears her current Elsa dress anytime that she's not at school. She has it on, and she just loves to play and pretend Elsa. And so we got her a new one so that it's not completely falling apart and ripped and torn. I've mended her old one so many times that I don't think it can even be mended anymore because the fabric is just, there's nothing more left there to sew back together. So I think she's going to be very excited about this dress. I also found her Elsa PJs at Aldi, so I picked those up because I thought that she would really enjoy that as well. For the baby, we also got him this little bike. So it's like a balance bike, except that it has 2 wheels, so it will be able to stand up on its own. It's recommended for ages 12 to 24 months, and he's about 14 months right now. So I think that he will have so much fun climbing onto this because he always is trying to climb onto his sister's bikes. So this is one that will actually stand up on its own, but can also be helping him to develop that balance until he's ready for a real balance bike. So this is kind of his big present this year as well. Another thing that I got for him is some farm animals, and I've been crocheting him these squares. It's not finished yet, but I'm gonna put it all together. So I'm making different squares to be like a farm blanket, so that he can play with his animals on it. So this would be like the grassy field, and then I made a square to be like the hay growing, and then this square will be like the mud for the pigs to play in, and then I'm gonna connect them all with some pieces to be like the road for the tractor to drive on, and that way we can fold it up, and then when he wants to play with his farm animals, he can lay out his farm blanket, and then all the animals can be on it. And I think he's really gonna enjoy that, especially as he gets older. I feel like he might be a little bit on the young age for that, but that as he gets older, it'll be something he can play with and enjoy more and more. Well, I hope that you enjoyed seeing everything that we are getting for our kids for Christmas. I always like to see other people's ideas and traditions as well. Please leave a comment down below and say hi. I love getting to know new friends. Don't forget to check out on Luisa down below. Thanks so much for watching. Happy holidays, and I'll see you very soon in the next video.